Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. You guys know the vibes, man. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Kick is faster? Yeah, kick is the way, man. Kick is the way. Kick is the way. Kick is the way. Yeah, we broke the range. Also, where the fuck have I been at all last week with gold? I looked at the gold chart tonight, and I feel like I've had my head up my ass for the past fucking week. Like, bro, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Like, we were watching that 5,000 level for ages, and look at last week. From Wednesday, literally to now, we've dropped over 700 points. Like the cleanest action ever. I've just been so focused on NQ and it's retarded. Literally retarded. I mean, NQ hasn't been bad, but gold was definitely nicer for sure. What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is 9:06 Eastern Standard Time. I do want to say I'm at my home setup. I don't have the same capability I do at my office. So bear with me. I'm going to, try to keep up with the chat as much as I can. But, yeah, man, let me go ahead and make this screen bigger for you guys. And let's have a great night, man. Let's have a great night. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. How's everybody doing, man? Where's everybody at? Let's see what we got here. We got Tony, Trader, EJ, Sean, Forbes, Gab, Bugs, CG, Mike, Satori, Redline, Houdini, Pascal, Cherry, Mike, Griffin, Edwin, David, Gameboy Tommy, Steadfast, my boy, Wally Wall, C-Dub, Hydro, Honcho. Where we at, man? Where we at? Houdini. What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. We are out of the range officially. Yes, yes, yes. So we got a lot to discuss tonight, man. Lock in, strap in, whatever you got to do, get there. All right. Oh, shit. Let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Let me go ahead and fix this. What's good, everybody? Had a great week last week, by the way. Last week was fucking awesome. Last week was fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. This week's looking very promising as well, but we all know how that goes, man. Anytime we have a nice chart set up, nah, not gonna see it. It's sad, but it's true. It would be nice to see it, but, hey. Alright. Let's get it. Lock in. Yeah, gold, man. That shit breaks my heart. My bad. I had to crush that protein real quick. Yeah, Friday was lovely, man. And you know what's even more lovely? Is we caught that whole move. Yeah, we literally caught that whole move. That's what's even more lovely. And you know what's even more lovely than that? We're about to take this on NQ here in a second. If we just got that double top, failure to go higher, swept that previous hourly high, back below 24,000. If we can get a lower high here off of that 24,000 level, and we get that weak closure, definitely going to short that. That's what I'm watching right now. We'll watch this for another 3 minutes. Yeah, we pretty much caught 99% of this move lower. We went short on Qs right there. And we went short on SPY. We went short on SPY right here, I want to say. Right there. So we caught that whole move lower. And VIX caught as well. We went long on VIX right over here somewhere. That was pretty sweet. But yeah, I'm hawking this 24,000 for an entry right here. See if we can catch a nice little banger tonight. See if we can catch a little banger. A little banger. Would be nice. Would be nice here. If this hourly flips red, it's GG's, my boy. This hourly flips red. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but I'm watching this for a second. Excuse me. Do I want to just take it? Kinda. I don't feel like watching it this whole time. Thing is, the ATR is very wide tonight. ATR is at 40 right now. Off the open, it was at 50. I'll keep this on the back burner. We'll check in on this in a second. We'll check in on this in a second. No, I'm just gonna enter. My average is 23,977. I'm gonna use a stop above 925. So that's a pretty wide stop, but I don't feel like sitting here missing it. We get stopped out, keep it pushing. Anywho, let's get this thing crack-a-lacking. Got big screen here. That's what matters. As always, let's get into this economic calendar first. We're going into Monday, March 23rd. Nothing of importance here on Monday. Tuesday, we have PMI. That's going to be at 9:45 a.m. That's the 24th. And then Wednesday, nothing really important there. Thursday, we have our usual, which is the jobless claims at 8:30. And then Friday, pretty chill week overall with consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. to end the week. So nothing really extravagant here, which is nice because we don't have to worry about all that fucking data in our way. We can strictly focus on the charts. Don't have to worry about swinging or nothing like that. Just strictly focus on the charts. And yeah, that's very nice for us this week. But let's get into the important stuff here. We got a lot to cover in a little amount of time. Did my daughter go to sleep? Yeah, she's asleep, so we're good. Here we are, okay? This is a beautiful work of art, okay? This is a beautiful work of art. We're getting somewhere. This looks fucking awesome, guys, okay? This looks fucking awesome. We have our all-time high. We have a lower high. And we are now back below that massive structure. The monthly is fully broken down. We broke that last lower high here and now have a new lower low. So technically speaking, we're working our way into a downtrend here on the monthly time frame, okay? There is a major concern, though. The major concern is down here at that 23,500 area. Now, that's a ways away, but this is looking good, okay? Now, if you look at this as a weekly chart, this looks amazing, right? We have that double top, failure to go higher. We have this little build here, which we like to see because that usually leads to that massive explosion. We're most importantly below that structure, okay? The range is broken. That's what we all care about. The range is broken. That's what we all care about, okay? Now, what do we care about? We care about this. This is what matters most, okay? Technically speaking, we are still bullish above this, okay? Yes, you could argue this is a bearish weekly chart. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low. This is technically bearish, but the structure is still bullish as long as we're above 23,500, okay? So this is where things get dicey here. Very, very dicey. If you get down to the daily chart, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Previous highs, previous support, support. This is the make or break level, okay, at 23,500. Now, again, daily chart. This is technically a downtrend. We have a high, a low, lower high, low, lower high, lower low. It's a downtrend, right? Lower highs, lower lows. The problem is we're approaching this big demand, right? Does it mean it's going to hold? No. Will it hold? Maybe. I don't know. But what we're watching right now, right, kind of the almighty watch here on NQ, right? We're kind of trading in no man's land at the moment, but in my opinion, okay, as long as we're below Friday's highs, okay, this major structure here, 24,200, 24,300, as long as we're below this, I think we see lower, okay? That's my whole mindset here. Now, again, we spoke about this 23,500, the significance. You guys know why. If we come down and do something like this and start to get strong, that's where you do not short anything, right? Because that macro demand held and that context wouldn't be there for us to be short. But since we have not tested that demand, we're still looking for that move lower into the demand. Unless this reclaims. If we reclaim 24,324, that indeed would be back bullish, because that would be a failure to go lower after that new low was established tonight, which obviously the probability is there, considering we have a gap to be filled from tonight. So there is a very high probability that we do say, hey, we want to fill the gap first, right? There's a probability there. So if you're dead set on trading tonight, which obviously I am, I just took a trade, the big levels you want to watch are that 24,324, 24,322, right? 24,000 is kind of your midpoint here, right? If you want to be a degen and we reclaim, sure, you can look for that gap fill, no problem. But as long as we're below that 24,000, that would be your opportunity back into those lows. And it's pretty much that simple, right? Nothing too extravagant here. Levels are very clean for the most part. Now, ES, again, you want to talk about this chart from big perspective, right? We had that double top, failure to go higher. But what matters most, just like NQ, is this here, right? At the end of the day, we're still bullish as long as we are above that. That's just a fact. There's no way around that. That structure is still holding at 6,400. This is technically what? A bullish break and retest, right? Resistance, turn support, right? This is just a big break and retest. So if we're going to go higher from anywhere, it's going to be here. 6,400 on ES, 23,500 on NQ. This is the bullish break and retest area, all right? That's where shit gets dicey. So ES here, yes, we broke the range. Yes, we look good. But at the end of the day, we're approaching demand. So again, same thing here with NQ. We have this major supply. We have this major demand. Right now, we're trading in between the two, okay? Supply, demand. What we're watching here is a push back into supply, 6,600, 6,615 area. Failure. Below tonight's low, short, back down into this demand. That's kind of the game plan here, right? If we want to be bullish, we need to see a pullback and hold of this demand, or we need to see a move back above this structure and hold. Then we can be bullish. But based off this chart's context, where we're currently trading, how we got down here, as long as we're below that 6,600, we would still technically be bearish, right? We have lower high, lower low, lower low, so on and so forth, okay? So very simple. RTY, again, it's a chart you like, I don't love, right? We did break that downtrend. We do have that lower high, but again, if you notice the theme here, everything is approaching major demand. So the question is do we hold or fold? RTY here, the big level is 2430. Been talking about this all last week, tonight, everything in between. If we lose it, short down to the 2320s. If we hold it, that's not good. Pretty much that simple. YM. This has kind of been weaker link here, if I would say so myself. Unlike ES and NQ, we broke that structure. So if you notice, right, ES and NQ were still trading above that previous high, but YM broke it. So now we are back below it as resistance. This is where that big divergence comes into play across of those indices. So with YM here, you have no choice but to say, if we're below this 46,550, we technically still are bearish, right? That's the only way to go about this chart. Now, if we do something like this and say, hey, reclaim, that's when you can be bullish. And obviously that would coincide with those other levels on ES and NQ. And when you have that confluence, that equals confidence in a higher conviction trade. VIX still trading higher here. I mean, in my opinion, VIX is bullish AF, right? We had that little bottom out here. We reclaimed that previous structure, and we're building, right? I mean, even tonight, we're seeing a little pop right now on NQ, and it doesn't mean much. VIX is still going higher. So, in my opinion, all this little nonsense in the meantime doesn't mean much. What matters most is what happens, obviously, throughout this trading week. Silver, this is your level right here, right now. Okay, 64, as you can see, that was that previous support, which we're retesting again, and now we have this little double bottom formation. Now the question is do we hold or fold? Because just as big as this demand is, It's just as big as the supply is, which we rejected. So as you can see, we're essentially just penned in between of the supply and demand. So how would you trade it? Below, above, or if you want to be a degen, top, bottom. 72, and that would be 64. Gold, essentially same chart, right? If you look here, we are sitting in a major demand. So yes, gold has been weak, but look at where we're getting weak into, right? This is a big demand. So if you want to trade gold, you need to pay attention to where you're trading into. 43.30, 44.21, which is a massive range, by the way. That's a 100-point range. If you look at the ATR on gold right now, right, it's wider than NQ. Right now it's at 61, or excuse me, right now it's at 27 on the 5-minute chart. So what that means is any given 5-minute candle, you can make or lose about $3,000. If you look at this move here, from here to here, that's a $10,000 move on gold. If you were long, you lost 10K. If you were short, you made 10K. So if you even consider trading gold, please take into account that is very, very volatile. Even on a micro, that's still $1,000, okay? So be prepared for those type of fluctuations if you are trading gold. But the big levels here, again, like I said, 43.30, big demand, 44.20, also a big demand. Yes, it's been extremely weak, but look at this, right? In a matter of 4 trading days, we're down 14%, okay? From that recent high, we've essentially reached a bear market, okay? From this high to here, that is a 20% move. So that technically is a bear market on gold, okay? Last week to now, essentially is in a bear market, which is 20% from all-time highs. And technically from all-time highs, we're down about 23%. So, yes, it looks good in terms of the weakness that we've seen. Gold is not trustworthy with these type of moves, as we've seen previously. You get those aggressive downside moves that quickly get chopped back up. So if you want to trade gold, those are the levels to trade. If you want to trade gold, also take into account volatility is absolutely insane. I mean, in the past 20 minutes itself, from candle to candle, that's $12,000. 1 minute. If you traded a micro, $1.2 thousand. Okay? Massive. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Platinum, look at this. Generational demand here. If we're going to go higher from anywhere, it is going to be here. So if you look at metals, metals are in demand. If you look at the indices, indices are also in demand. So if the market's going to hold, it's going to hold here. And that's what I'm ultimately getting at. Yes, charts look good for lower. You always got to take into account the broader structure. So, you know, platinum, I personally never traded, but I would trade. This is a big level here at 1800. Also, an equally big level up here at 2008. Anywho, individual names. Tesla, major breakdown on the weekly. We broke that structure, but where do we break into? Major demand. So just like majority of these other charts, yes, they look good to the downside, but we also are sitting in a major demand. As you guys can see, demand, supply, Tesla's pinned in between the two, which creates, you know, a nice opportunity for us. What I'm watching here on Tesla is I'm watching the supply and I'm watching this demand. Okay? If we get back into the supply and fail, that's an opportunity. If we get down to this demand and hold, that's an opportunity. If we continue seeing weakness on Tesla and sell through that demand, that's an opportunity, right? So levels like this is where opportunity comes about. You know, that 358 level, and then obviously at 380 level. Those are the two big levels on Tesla. NVIDIA, there's one big level here, okay? And as you guys can see, that is 170. We are approaching this major demand on NVIDIA. We can watch for obviously that pullback and build off of 170 for longs, or if we lose it, we know where NVIDIA is going, 165, back down into the 150s, okay? So 170 is that big level to focus on for NVIDIA. Apple, essentially same chart with that 245 level. You can watch for that pullback and that hold for longs, or you could watch for that complete breakdown for continuation into 240, ultimately targeting at 225. There's a lot of room lower, okay? Meta, crazy chart here, right? We've been talking about this head and shoulders on the weekly for ages, and it's starting to play out. Now, there is a problem here with Meta, and the problem is this. Demand, okay? 580. This is a major macro demand. We are back below at 600. That's great. But what we need to focus on now is at 580. Okay? So down into 580, we could watch for that hold. with the obvious watch being below 580, things get very interesting. And I'm not, out of character to say, if Meta holds that 580 and then reclaims 600, that could be a great long position. So if you notice, my approach this week is not bullish, not bearish. I'm prepared, right? Market goes lower, I'm prepared. Market goes higher, I'm prepared, right? That's all I'm doing tonight is preparing what the market throws at us. Because in reality, we don't know what's going to happen, right? We don't know if we're going to go lower. We don't know if we're going to go higher. That's what we have to do. We have to prepare. I have setups that I like if the market gets weak. I have setups that I like if the market gets strong. I'm not sitting here saying I'm bullish. I'm not sitting here saying I'm bearish. I am simply preparing for whatever the market throws at me, which is the same thing everybody should be doing, right? You don't want to predict, you want to react. Put yourself in a position where you can react to what the market is doing instead of building a bias based off what you want the market to do. Big difference. Anywho, where are we at? Damn, no way we're done already. Nah, let me see. Dollar General. Retesting this major structure here. If we could pull back into this 118 area and hold, this could be a nice swing off that previous structure. So keeping an eye on this throughout the week as well for a potential swing opportunity on Dollar General. NQ, I think I got stopped. Let me see. Yeah, I did get stopped. PayPal. If you didn't grab some long term, now's your time. Okay, we had the double bottom, we had the failure to go lower. Now we're retesting that structure. Okay, grab some here. You can add some if we come lower. But what I'm watching now personally is an option swing if we can maintain this 42, 43 demand. Okay, that's what I'm watching here. You can see we initiated that gap fill. We did not quite fill it. There's still some left, and now we're pulling back and retesting that structure. So this is essentially just a nice little bullish break and retest, right? So if we can hold that 42, 43, I like that for higher. Microsoft, we're approaching that daily 200. This has been a very, very weak name, even breaking this macro uptrend here. I'm not in love with Microsoft, obviously, but I do think there's some potential here if we can hold. So if we see something like this, where we broke that low, which we did, and we create that failure to go lower, this could be a nice swing opportunity off that daily 200 if the market does decide to hold. So something to keep an eye on here. This is Microsoft off 375. What else we got here? What else do we have here? What else do we have here? I think that's pretty much it, man. All right, we'll get into questions, and then I'll go over some tickers that you guys may have. Now's your time. If you've got a question, trading related, personal, business, props, chops, whatever it may be, now's your time to ask it. Then I'll check out some tickers for you guys. What you got for me? What you got? What you got? What you got? Let me see. Oh, shit. Make that smaller so I can see the chart. I can see the chat. Hold on a second. Thoughts on Traderify? Great. How's Lucid? Great. Alright, let me see. I thought I fixed it. There we go. Ritz, you can click the link right above you, the Nightbot. I'll pin it at the top. There you go. Nice, EJ. Let's get it. Do I trade my prop from accounts daily? For the most part, yeah. I trade futures every day, for the most part. Ever come to Canada? I might. Maybe. What do I think of Vanquish? I don't know enough about him. I don't think anybody does. You're talking about the charts on TradingView? You can get those for free in the WAP. Join First Step Trading, like you said. You want to watch me trade live? You can watch me trade live and get my charts for free. Just click the link that I posted at the top. Lucid or take profit trader? Take profit trader. Pretty simple one. Pretty simple. Still using light speed? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. This ATR tonight is pretty crazy. 200 point move up, 150 points, 100 points, 100 points, 100 points. Crazy. What time do I come on stream? Every morning about 9, 10, 9:15. 5 days a week. We also do a Saturday Zoom. And yeah, man. Pretty cool. Right now we have pretty extensive learning center as well. We have over 240 hours of live trading, over 18 hours of Saturday recordings from classes, intro to futures class, intro to options, Webull tutorials, Trade tutorial, everything in between. Collectively, it's probably like, I don't know, 300, 400 hours worth of content. Something like that. Something like that. How long have we been trading? Futures? Since the end of 2024, like a year and some change. Trading altogether, probably close to 7 years. I don't even remember anymore. Yeah, going on 7 years, mid 2019. Higher time frame candle overlay, quite literally, that's what it's called. Just type that in TradingView. I mean, this gap probably does get filled at some point. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. Do I trade options more? Not anymore. I used to trade options solely, exclusively. Now I primarily trade futures, man. I wish I would have started a lot sooner, too. For anybody that trades options, man, I've made multiple 7 figures trading options. And if I would have started trading futures at the same time by trading options, I truly believe... Put it this way, okay. It took me 3.5 years to make my first 7 figures, okay? Took me... Yeah, about 3.5 years to make 7 figures. $1 million plus, right? I did that in my first 6 months with props. So that just goes to show. Obviously, you know, the experience is a big factor, you know, having a system, having a strategy. But the opportunity, like the risk reward, is insane. You know what I mean? Like, it's quite literally retarded. Like, it makes no sense. Options, think about it, right? If you want to make, let's just say $5,000, right? How do you make $5,000? Use 10K, right? Catch a 50% return. Use 5K, catch a 100% return. Use 2,500, catch a 200% return. Use 100K, catch a 5% return, right? All of the above is a ton of risk, right? If you want to make 5K, you can buy 5 take profit trade accounts, Lucid accounts, Tradify accounts, Apex accounts, spend less than $500, which is your max risk, and still have the same potential to make 5K every single day with a fraction of the risk. It's absolutely insane. So it's like, makes no sense. Would I try? No, I would never trade a funded options account, ever. Any thoughts on Hero FX? Scam FX. Anything Forex related. 99% chance it's a scam. I can make a Forex brokerage in about 15 minutes. If you guys really want to trade Forex that bad, let me know. I'll create one and you can just donate to me versus everybody else. So just let me know. I'll take the time to go get a white LLC and I'll get it done. Shit, I want a Conus egg too. All right, anywho, tickers. What you guys got? Drop them. I broke it down like 50 times how the Forex works. They create the swap fees. They create the spreads. Your deposit never actually goes. They're B markets. They're not real markets. Of course, prop firms stay alive for the 90%. That's very evident. But the opportunity and risk reward is still a no-brainer. Whether a trader wants to trade properly or not, that's up to them. If they want to choose to gamble, that's on them. ABGO. Pretty ugly chart, to be honest. 300 is a big level, though. IWM. 239, big level. And then at 228. Netflix. Yeah, I know it has that gap fill. 90. Above 90 bullish, below. You could look for that little gap fill back into 85. Looks decent. SPX. Yeah, I always keep an eye on SPX. Levels are important. Like this level here. 6,200. It's massive. Massive. Like Friday. Why did I go short on Friday? Why did I swing overnight on Friday? I mean, that's clear as clear gets. Support, 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 resistance. I swung short. That was my whole rationale. I don't have a position on NQ right now. I did. I got stopped out earlier. Yeah, I would never trade Forex either. There's no reason to. I mean, I could just use a regulated brokerage. Which is best to see the overall market? What do you mean? These are the only props I use right here. There's so many scam ones out there. It's not even funny. You know what I mean? Like literally not even funny. Here, let me fix this so you can see it. Yeah. Tradeify, Take Profit Trader, Apex. No need to use anything else. If you want to use my code, you can. You don't. You don't have to. I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to save you guys some time and energy. At what point, bro, I've traded my own capital for 6+ years. I still don't make near as much money with my own capital as I do with props. Like, what do you mean? I'm not making 6-figure months on my own money. It's a fact. I have multiple 6-figure months with props. So all these people that have this argument, why don't you trade your own capital if you make money trading props? It's retarded. I'm still not going to put that much risk out to make the same money I do trading props. In order to make the same money I make trading props with my own live capital, I would have to risk 20, 30K of my own hard money every day. Which is just retarded. Why wouldn't I just continue trading props? Like, that argument is so redundant. It's literally retarded. I've traded my own capital, literally, all the way up until 2024. And I still trade my own capital. I still have a live account. But it's silly to trade my own capital when props are there. Literally silly. Words of wisdom. Is that guy? Hold on a second. You're talking about words of wisdom? He's probably the biggest piece of shit along with the rest of those Forex guys. I'm up like 540, yeah. Most of that, yeah, came from silver and gold. The first month in January, I had back-to-back-to-back 6-figure days. No, not back-to-back-to-back. I had a 6-figure day on a Monday. Tuesday, I made like 30K. And Wednesday and Thursday, I had back-to-back 6-figure days. I was up almost 400K in January. Why do I have a live account if props is away? How else am I going to swing overnight? And also, Evan, that's the most retarded shit ever too. Saying, if I feel that way about props, why do you kick a live account to the curb? Why can't you do both? Like that argument is so crazy, man. Like the argument is crazy. It's like, you like props a lot, so stop trading the live account. You like a live account a lot, so stop trading props. Why not do both? Shit is crazy. But you're not going to get the same opportunity from a live account, one single live account, as you can from 5. It just doesn't, like, that. Anybody who thinks that, their brain is ultimately smooth. Like, I have 5 live accounts with Take Profit Trader. I had 10 total, which was 5 with Take Profit and Trader 5, but I blew the Trader 5 one, to be honest. Professionals on Wall Street would say to trade own capital compared to a prop firm. Ask them to give you an explanation. Why? I just gave you an explanation on why it's not smart. You will never see an explanation. You always hear these guys say, hey, trade your own live account. Why? What is the benefit? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to say, hey, trade 1 live account, trade 5 accounts. What makes the most sense? Trading 5 accounts that you can't risk more than what you paid for versus trading 1 live account where you're risking all your hard money. You know what I mean? I'm not raging at all. This is just how I talk. But the argument is quite literally retarded. You know what I mean? I'm not specifically talking to you. I see it every day on X. That's what I'm referring to, is people always say, trade a live account only, live account only. Like, that shit is retarded. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Anywho. All right, a couple more tickers. Whatever you guys got, type them. Type them, type them, type them. I mean, this is the thing, too. A lot of you guys have watched me for years, man. A lot of you guys have watched me for years. You know, I remember 2020. I wasn't even making $50 a day. Into 2019. Like, you know what I mean? Like, trading's not linear, right? But as long as you're seeing progress, you're good. Doesn't matter how you get there. Yeah, but you can grow your capital equally, if not more, with props as well, because you have more opportunity with more accounts. Correct, Erica. Correct. There should be a discount code. If not, I can get you guys one. Give me a second. Let me see. There you go. NVIDIA's a big market maker for sure. When I pass an eval, yeah, you want to spend as little time as possible on eval, unless you are not profitable. Obviously, trading an eval is the best way you can gain experience while still having that opportunity to make money if you pass the eval. You know, eval should be earned at the end of the day. YouTube delay, yeah, I know. Kick is the way. But alrighty, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you guys bright and early in the morning, as always. I'm leaving it open until Tuesday, and then we'll rock out from there. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in as always. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning.